Frozen, the movie that rose to fame because of its two strong female leads. How on earth do people think that Elsa is a strong character?
Elsa may be one of the older Disney girls that happens to be a queen, but that sure doesn't make her as strong as everyone says she is.
No way. Okay, let's begin at the start of the movie. We know as a child, Elsa had some trouble controlling her ice powers after she accidentally hurt Anna. And her parents kind of engraved it in her head to conceal it, don't feel it, don't let it show. And that's how she bottled up all this fear. Yeah, like that's gonna be good for her in the future.
Actually, that's probably the only thing we actually side with Elsa on, is that her parents kind of made her the way she was. Because seriously, kids, they lose their temper all the time. What makes them think she can control her powers and whatnot? So they kind of put that in her head.
This then leads into when she turned 21 after her parents passed away a couple years earlier. She's now become the Queen of Arendelle.
Yeah, and during that whole 21 period, she was just totally blocking herself off from Anna, which to me doesn't actually make any sense. As parents and as sister, why wouldn't you just be like, your sister kind of did something to you accidentally when she was younger, so we're just kind of keeping her in her corner. Instead, they just block her out and they're just like, we don't even know what they tell Anna.
The matter of fact that her parents actually told her conceal don't feel was a wrong choice, because if they just told her to harness her powers and use them when she's meant to use them and not use them out of fear or anger, then the whole story would never have happened.
But anyway, back on Elsa not being a strong character. Here is our first example. On the day of her coronation, everything starts off well, she becomes queen, but then she accidentally has a temperamental outburst and freezes some stuff. And instead of explaining to her kingdom like what just happened, she flippin' runs away. Like just off into the flippin' mountains, freezing half of her kingdom in the process.
So see here, running away from your problems is the first example of not a strong character. If she could tell her kingdom then and there, then that would have been a strong move. So there you go. After her first few hours as queen, she runs away from her problems and abandons her kingdom. Way to go, Elsa.
Not a good start.
And this is where she sings her overrated Let It Go song. Up in the mountains, all alone, crying to herself.
And get this, like her ice powers can suddenly, she can control them after all these years, and then she can make this grand, spectacular castle and architecture and this beautiful dress, which I don't get, by the way, because is it meant to be like an ice dress? Is it made of ice crystals?
I actually don't understand the point of her powers, like to the extent of her powers. She can make ice freeze things and stuff, I understand that, but then she makes this dress, like dress doesn't do anything with ice or anything like that.
And it's like an actual fabric, like you can see fabric, so it's not like
so what happens
ice.
In the summer? Does the dress like melt?
Does it melt? So we get it at this point, she's actually like making stuff now because she's not as stressed, so she's kind of like expressing herself. But wouldn't you think at this point Elsa's thinking, oh hey, I just realized I can actually use my powers for good when I'm not under a lot of pressure, so maybe I should go back to Arendelle and see if I can maybe fix everything I've done.
So she runs away from her people after her ice powers, learns that she can control them, decides to stay there because she's too scared to go back and face everyone after she's learned to use her powers. That's a very strong move.
And this is pretty much the whole rest of the movie. She runs, she cries, she hides, and she cries again. We also get up to this little part where Anna finds Elsa in her castle and tries to bring her back, but she declines. And they sing this whole crescendo reprise of For First Time in Forever, which I think is actually really cool.
Actually, that is a real
like my
great
favorite.
build-up.
And during then, Elsa says like, oh, she can't or whatever, and she splurts some like ice into Anna's heart, which is kind of strange because like it's not like she knows how to do spells and that, so somehow this ice ricocheted into her heart.
Yeah, again, I still don't understand the extent of her powers. What can and can't she do? Now here, I'm surprised that Elsa didn't actually go there to help Anna. I know that she keeps away from her so that way she doesn't hurt her. And now under the big intense stress circumstances, she can make a snow monster. Like before she was out of control for ice powers, but now she's in a big stressful situation and she's in control making another snow monster.
Like that's the part that confuses us most, because it was like, oh yeah, I get the part how she can make stuff now that she's not stressed, but now she can make stuff while she's stressed? Does that mean she can to a point somehow control her powers? Just so caught up in her mentality. It's just bizarre.
And like I said, she just wants Anna out. She doesn't even want to see her out of fear. If she was really trying to help her sister, she would try to explain it. Now she knows about her ice powers. She can explain why she doesn't want her being there, because she doesn't want her to get hurt. If she just told her that when Anna was coming here, maybe that would have been a bit more stronger, because she's like learning to accept that she's got these powers and actually telling her sister about it, who actually knows about it now.
And at least Anna was accepting about it and was like, oh, I'll help you. And Elsa, all she had to do, because she only really hurts people when she uses her powers, all she has to do is be like, okay Anna, let's go fix this together, and she just like doesn't touch her, doesn't go near her, even put some gloves on if she must. Like there are ways.
But either way, it could have still worked all this leading up to it, but it's the ending now that makes her character weak. Now at this point, Elsa knows her kingdom is underneath ice and snow because of her powers. So she does say, okay, control it. You need to control it. And you see the castle cracking around her pressure. Instead of trying methods of ways to control it, she's just trying to do the exact same thing that failed her at the start. Then when she sees her kingdom frozen and under ice, she's like, I'm a threat to Arendelle. I need to leave. Get Anna. What she could have done, which would have made her a lot more of a stronger character, is said to Hans, I can fix this. Let me go and let me try and fix this. Or I will try and find a solution. I don't want to see my kingdom suffer like this. I will fix my problems. Then she would have been a strong character.
And then at the end of the movie, we discover that love is apparently the only way Elsa can really control her powers. And even still, we don't really get a clear insight as to how this comes through to the movie. She's just like, love will thaw. She just suddenly realizes and she's like, love. And that to me doesn't make any sense since Elsa and Anna never really showed that they didn't love each other in the movie.
In fact, that was the whole point of the movie because Elsa loved Anna, that she actually tried to save her, and that's why Anna got hurt.
And Elsa like ran away so she wouldn't hurt Anna, and Anna, she never says, oh, I hate Elsa. She never ever talks to me. She just seems like she loved her enough that she wanted to see what was wrong with her. So it's not like either one of them had some sort of love problem to overcome.
Because really the whole movie was more about Elsa trying to control her fears because of love. Really, it should have been along the lines of courage is not the absence of fear but the strength to overcome it, or something like that, because it wasn't about love. It was about conquering fear that was because of love.
And also I just realized this like literally just now. Like people made it was such a big plot twist that Anna chose not to kiss Kristoff and get her true love's kiss and go to save Elsa. But in a realistic point of view, that makes a lot more sense because firstly, she's known Elsa pretty much all her life. It's her sister. You have a natural bond.
Yeah,
love
natural bond. No, exactly.
So you're automatically gonna save your sibling over a guy you just met. What makes the audience think that her choosing her sister over this guy she just met is like a power move? That's just a natural move. And if she didn't go for Elsa, that would just make her like a heartless,
Anna, cruel sister.
Yeah, like so I'm just realizing that now. Like it's not even a big plot twist. It's just a natural thing. I'm sure anyone would choose their sibling over some guy they just met.
I'm pretty sure that anyone would choose to save someone else's life over their own if they saw someone was hovering over someone else with a sword in hand.
Yeah,
it's not a plot twist.
And she just happened to freeze at that time and people thought, oh yeah, that was the act of true love. But like, I don't know, it's just...
Really, Anna is a stronger character than Elsa. Elsa has nothing on her that I can pinpoint as her being a strong character, except if you just really think about it, maybe at her coronation that she, matter of fact, that she was agreeing to become queen.
Because if she didn't want to be queen, she would have just like
ran away as soon as her
parents the throne to Anna to be like, I'm not mentally stable to be ruling. So
or ran away as soon as her parents passed, and that way she wouldn't become queen anyway.
But anyway, those were our points on how Elsa is not a very strong character and why Frozen's a little overrated.
Yeah. Don't get even started on the second one because
it was so different from the first, and I don't even know if it was in a good way, to be honest.
And again, she abdicates the throne so she becomes queen of another place and not of Arendelle anymore.
I think that's actually kind of cool, like they're two sisters, the two queens of two worlds of the same kingdom. But I think once again, I don't even think she bothered to tell her kingdom. I think she just disappeared. Why hide stuff?
And again, she pushes Anna away so much again in the second movie as well. So I'm sorry, Disney, I know you were trying to give us a strong character, but Elsa is really not a strong character. I don't even understand why people think she's a strong character. I have not seen her grow very much at all. The situations become easier for her, that's all.
Yeah.
I've never seen her challenge herself to overcome these situations on her own.
Anyway, let us know what you think, if Elsa is a strong character or not, down in the comments bar below.
Let us know down in the comments, but until then, we'll see you in our next video.
Bye!